What's going on, everybody? We're getting started here in just a second. All right, let's get to this. Hold on, where's my? There we are. What's going on, everybody? Hold on, I'm trying to get situated. I got a couple people sending me messages. Give me 1 second here, and then we're going to look at some Town Hall 15 attacks. I'm just typing off. We're getting. Ugh, I can't even speak. So excited. There's so much going on. Um, I'm just. Everyone's trying to, I guess, get organized for Clan War League, which starts tomorrow. And so I'm fielding some messages with that. But we will jump in to some. Hey, what's up, Rooster? What the heck just happened to my stuff? Shoot! Gosh, man, I'm a hot mess over here. Give me 1 sec. There we are, right there, right there. Okay. Um, so we are getting things organized. We're going to look at some Town Hall 15 attacks tonight. Mostly Root Riders. There is another attack that I saw, and I didn't record it, and I'm kind of sad. It looked like a really strong one for you guys who are dragon attackers, which I love dragons. Probably my favorite troop of all time is dragons. Uh, so it looks like we got Rooster in the building. What's up? And I'm also co-watching. That's how I don't have a fancy setup, so I've got to like kind of watch the stream, and I don't know. I'm a hot mess. But let's go ahead and let's get a couple of attacks under our belt. Loosen up. I'm gonna go ahead and swallow one of these castle cakes so we can just keep our stuff um, flowing, so we don't have to wait for the 10 minutes. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a whole bunch of um, uh, ranked attacks. I'm in a really low. There are a couple caveats. Number one, I'm in a pretty low league because I haven't really focused on my league in quite some time. But I'm going to do that now. I'm going to see how high I can get. I think what really got my goat is looking here. I'm in like the top 14% of Town Hall 15s. And I want to say that at last check, Gamgee was letting me know that he was in like the top 6% or something, and I can't let that stand. So that was it. And then someone stopped in the clan like a week or so ago, and we were doing some friendly challenges and stuff. He posted something about trying to see how high he could get as a Town Hall 15, and I was like, that kind of sounds like a fun little challenge. So here we are. So a lot of the attacks that I do tonight will probably be against some rushed bases or not really all that high level bases, but I do know the attack works really well. Now, the attack works really well, but I will tell you that I often run into problems with my attention span and with my fat fingers. So while the attack is wonderful, sometimes yours truly is not. But I anticipate that just like last week, I'm going to go perfect. That's my goal. I've gone perfect. I think the past 2 weeks, I may have missed one attack 2 weeks ago. But the plan is to go perfect. We're going to show you how this attack works, and I will tell you that the same attack is really strong at Town Hall 16 and really strong at Town Hall 17. I have used it in all of those and to great effect. Actually, I lie. I've never really used it at Town Hall 16 because I don't have a Town Hall 16 account, but I use it at 17. And I think I streamed maybe 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Um, that rooster guy in your clan is super cool. Verdict is out. Verdict is out on that. But I did the same attack on my Town Hall 17 a few weeks ago, and I think I went perfect except for like the very last attack, something like that. So let's go ahead and waste no more time. I'm not gonna boost my heroes. Oh, my heroes are boosted. What do I got going on here? Oh, I got a couple of mighty morsels. We probably won't boost after those run out, or at least not tonight. And are my troops? I don't think my troops are boosted at all, but I think they are all just about max for my town hall level, except I think the witch and the archer, maybe the ice golem as well. I can't remember what max levels are on those things. Let's go. So I often mess this up and I still get 3 stars. So this is a Town Hall 16, but you can see this is like an ultra rushed base. So we may run into a lot of these because my league is so low. I apologize for that, but this should not be any kind of problems. So what I'm going to start with is the classic RC. I'm really just trying to take out a corner of the base. I don't even much care in this case which corner it is. I like to try to get a couple of high value targets like that Inferno. If I can get to a scatter shot, that always makes me happy. This ricochet cannon's a nice thing to pick off. It'll take a little bit longer to pick that off than the other things. And so here then I'm going to get a chance at this scatter shot. And so once I pick that off, I'm going to go ahead and recall. And now I have this nice corner of the base sectioned off. And so what we're going to do is we're going to drop our queen over here to complete like another corner of the funnel. We're actually going to drop a couple of the headhunters there to help with that. And then we're going to start our main army right over here. And I'm just spamming these in. I'm a little more careful with the Valkyries sometimes. Follow up with the Warden, and we're going to put down that RC again. We're going to use this overgrowth to prevent the troops from spreading out too much as they approach that town hall. I like to drop, I'm going to drop that totem there for the monolith. I like to drop an early health spell, and when my RC gets inside that health, that healing spell, I usually pop her ability. Now, usually on the back side, I'll drop another ice golem, the witch, and my king. I didn't even drop my siege barracks this time. Again, this base is ultra rushed. So, yeah, it is what it is. I didn't even need to. And then I can use these archers for cleanup on the backside, like so. So I haven't even used really that. I mean, I didn't have to use the warden ability, which I'll use. I didn't have to use the king's ability, which I'll use now. I didn't use one of my totems. I didn't use anything, and you can see what overkill it is. Now the attack is really strong, but even that base was oh, little weak, little weak. Maybe if I can't find any really strong bases because of my low league, then we'll switch over to my Town Hall 17 account and do some attacks there so you can kind of see it again. Or maybe I can try to piece together that dragon attack. That's maybe what we'll do. Will you guys tell me what would be better? Um, let's go next. All right, this one's a little better. It's a Town Hall, mostly Town Hall 15. Um, so one of the things I like to do, if I can't get to the monolith on an RC charge, I like to kind of start on the opposite side. I'm really eyeing up this scatter shot. And then, so if I can take out this corner, then I can run my main army through this section and around this side. The reason I like to do that, well, let me show you. Let me see if I can do this properly. Let's cover up that warden. We don't want the RC wasting time on the enemy warden. Not during the dive anyway. I really want to get to some of these deeper defenses. So it's nice. I'm going to get an Inferno, and we'll get even a little bit deeper. And this is a really nice, this sets up a really nice funnel. Any damage on the Town Hall doesn't really do a whole lot for us. A little bit awkward with the Queen. I'm going to put her down right there. I am going to drop this, and again, the Headhunters for that King. We'll start our Ice Golem there, and then we're going to dump in all these troops. This is why they call this a spam army. That will take out the enemy warden. And now I am going to overgrowth the center of the space. Now, the reason why I start on the opposite side of this monolith is because as my army makes its way around, my goal is to have, if I time everything just wonderful, then when this overgrowth ends, my army will be kind of right there and take out that monolith. But it looks like we're kind of progressing a little too quickly through the base. It's a good problem to have. But now you can see now I've already taken out the monolith. We're gonna knock down that town hall. I'm gonna go ahead and hit my warden ability, which we're running the healing tome, and then that'll heal up my troops through that poison. So Freedom the Pig, what's going on? Thoughts on the new crafted? Um, eh. I mean, it's stuff we've seen before, right? Because it's all in the builder base. I'm curious to see which one will be the most used. Um, Although I don't have a Town Hall 18 account, so I won't get to use any of it. But I'll say, I guess maybe I'm a tiny bit underwhelmed, if that makes any sense. Uh, but I was, uh, yeah. Hold on, let me respond to this. Yeah. Um, Yeah, so I'm curious what will happen with the crafted defenses. One of the things that I've liked about them so far is they've been like really new and novel, but like this month it's just all stuff we've seen over in the builder base. So I don't really know what to think about that. Um, but to be fair, um, it's one of those things where it's like, how new and fresh can they make everything what is it, every season, which is what, 3 months, something like that? So you think it's going to be the lava launcher? Yes. I think that the lava launcher on the builder base side is the one that gives me the most fits because it leaves that, I'll say, the burn on the ground, right? Isn't that what that does? So as troops walk over it, they either slow or something like that. Oh, hey, Rooster, I appreciate you stopping by. Get a good night's sleep. Should I say get all the beauty rest you can get? Should I say that? Should I say that out loud? But thank you so much for stopping in. Um, so Freedom, I don't know if I'd call them lazy, although perhaps, maybe. I don't know. I would hesitate to call them lazy yet. If they come at us again next season with something that we've already seen, then I'll jump on board. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on this one. All right, so we're 2 for 2. You definitely need it. I doubt it. I doubt it. Um, let's go to our next base. All right, here is a semi-proper Town Hall 16. So it's not rushed. It's a Town Hall 16 in progress. I'm eyeing up this section over here. Where is the monolith? That is a key thing to figure out. I'm probably staring straight at it. And I don't see it. Where's the monolith? I'm not seeing it. Maybe it's not in this base. All right, well let's just find it the hard way. We'll go ahead and start our attack, and then it will probably rear its ugly head at me. All right, I'm purposely hiding that mortar because the the electro boots will take care of it. I don't think I really wanted to hide that inferno tower, but no, I should pick that up with the electro boots as well. Or if not, I'll pick it up after this. Yeah, boom. We'll pick up that. Oh, I should have stayed to get that Tesla, but oh well. Okay, now this one's a little funky because I didn't get like the cleanest of corners here, but we're still going to start down here. And we're going to have kind of a narrow entry here with the main army. So starting fairly close to the where the queen entered. Now notice I start my Valkyries back a little bit because they'll catch up. I'm going to go ahead and overgrowth that stuff. We're going to start our king over here. And then we're looking for a place to drop this healing spell right there. Go ahead and pop the RC ability. I don't like that single target inferno. Where are the other? There is a hero over there. So boom, my army is right there at the core as soon as that overgrowth ends. We'll go ahead and hit the warden ability to heal everybody up through that burn. I don't know if my headhunters made it all the way over there to take out the enemy warden. Don't even need these archers. 3 for 3. 3 for 3. The burn is tough. It's going to take out the healers for your hits. Now, does the burn hit air troops? I can't remember. I play the builder base so infrequently, it's scary. I generally only do it to get my 6 builder, which I do the absolute bare minimum because I can't even always keep 5 builders going. You can see I got 3 builders down right now. As a matter of fact, let's go get them building some stuff. Builder hut is always good to upgrade. I should work on my mines. This is a pretty rushed account. I rushed to 15 during Hammer Jam, and I've been catching up ever since. I'm a big fan of rushing. Maybe not as much as I have rushed, although if you would have seen this base even like a month ago, ooh, it was rough. So anyway, I only play the builder base like gosh during clan games and to try to get my 6 builder, and even then because I can't typically keep 5 builders moving, I don't put too much stock into it. All right. Yeah. It's not the builder base that I will tell you the super still for any missteps they have made throughout the years. They've done a really good job of upgrading or giving us some improvements here to the main base, but I think they have purposely decided to put like the builder base and the clan capital and some other things on the back burner, which I think is a really smart decision. They can stay laser beam focused. I do think at some point they'll get to upgrading and making improvements to the builder base, and I'm interested to see what they come up with. Uh, it's easy to bash Supercell, but they are a fantastic game maker. I would die on my sword for that one. All right, so the problem with this base is all the big target defenses are all in one spot, kind of near that monolith. I don't really like going in there, especially because of that invisibility spell tower. So we're going to take an easier charge. We're going to do it over here, and we're just going to wait on my first invis. There we go. Um, and this should get this core at least a little bit. Oh, that was not a good drop there. That was not where I wanted that invis. Okay, let's see if we can recover here. Okay, back on track. I probably was zoomed too far out for that. So my RC is taking a lot more damage. I don't think we can get this eagle without taking a little bit more damage. All right, we did it. Same as last time. We're going to start our queen down here, fire off her giant arrow, start my main army here. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my Valkyries first because they got kind of a ways to travel this time. So I'll give them a little bit of a head start. This is going to be a weird one. Let's see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do this back there, which is not typical. We're going to do kind of an early king's ability, which is also not that typical. Got to get that heal down, pop the RC, drop that. Oh, everyone's frozen. Drop that again. We're going to heal everybody up. All right. I don't really like where I'm at, but my Phoenix on my um, RC is going to take out that monolith. Gosh, that monolith kind of wrecked a couple heroes, but I still got so you can see how many troops I still have left. So it's really not that big a deal. I forgot to use my headhunters. So, all right, let's see. Yeah, as long as they don't go down the same route as Clash Royale, that I agree with. I don't play. I've only played Clash Royale a little bit. I played it when it first came out, and I liked it. It was a fine game. I just didn't like it as much as I like Clash of Clans. But from what I hear from the Clash Royale community, it is all kind of a mess right now. A lot of pay to win, that kind of stuff. Um, I hate that because I do think it was a really, really good game at some point. It is really, really hard for video game companies nowadays to make money. It's super hard. We have seen over the past 4 or 5 years a lot of video game companies shutting down. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. And so I can only imagine how hard it is to make money and then to have like what you think is a really good game and then to kill it like that. Ooh. But I think that I think they'll come on back. Use the snake bracelet. Now I'm going to disagree with you here, Bam. It works better for what you're trying to do to clear the outside. You're right. That it does help clear the outside trash, but there are a lot of times where I think it is more valuable to, like on that last attack, be able to get my BK inside the walls so that it will keep my main army going towards the core. So I have done this both, and in fact, let me show a different army. This is the one that I kind of first learned from you. Uh, yeah, and bam, using the in-game clock is a really good idea as well. I do that when I'm running Spirit Fox. Let me see if I have. Oh, I don't think I have it on this account. My original Root Rider attack that Bam kind of helped me learn. Because Bam, don't you do something like do something crazy like 4 overgrowth spells or something like that? You told me once upon a time, but I used to use 2 overgrowth spells and I don't remember what else I used. But for that one, I use the snake bracelet. But I do not prefer the snake bracelet for this attack. I think in the perfect scenario, the snake bracelet is better, but when you're doing ranked attacks and you don't know what the enemy base is going to look like, I think that the boots, the earthquake boots, and the spiky ball works better for me. Well, it maybe duct tapes up some of my mistakes. Maybe that's what it does. All right, let's go to the next one. Looks like a pretty rushed Town Hall 16. There's the monolith. I don't typically like to dive towards the monolith because my reactions are sometimes slow. Um, but let's just do it for funsies. This is also I do find when the bases are really rushed, sometimes it's a lot harder to kind of manage where your RC goes because they so quickly take out the enemy structures. All right, let's. Oh, now he's all right. Ooh, I don't think I'm gonna. There we go. Finally got on the monolith just in time. All right, we'll recall from there. Not the prettiest of funnels that I've ever done, but we can make it work. We can make it work. Just dump all my junk in here. We're gonna overgrowth over here just to keep everyone going on the same pathway. We'll heal there. Where's my, I'm losing sight of my RC. She's right there. All right, so like this is a good example, Bam, because I want my guys to stay tight. And if I earthquake right here, then we'll take out that mortar real quick. But then the king typically, well, not typically, often will be on the outside anyway. So then this keeps everything real narrow. Oh, almost forgot to heal. And I keep forgetting to use my headhunters. Freedom, thank you so much for stopping by. You guys, you have a great night. And then we'll put these guys here. All right, so I didn't even use any of my totems. We'll put one right there. Locking the orb behind a paywall was crazy. Hmm. I don't have a lot to say about the gold pass rework because I don't typically use the gold pass. So I know there's some discussion about that, but I don't know. All right, we're about halfway through all my ranked attacks already. Oh, here's a good one. So this is again Town Hall 16 in progress. Um, I think I could go for either one of these, but this, where are all the infernos are right there. Yeah, let's dive in here. Oh, see, I didn't need to take that shot, but I did. And I probably on that one should have covered up the scatter shot because we would have gotten to it eventually, or we would have taken it down with the boots. So maybe not the best placement. I won't lie, I'm not the best at placing my invises. And then I also get greedy. And so sometimes I leave my RC to die more often than I probably should. Or at least take a ton of damage that they don't need to take, that she doesn't need to take. All right, we'll dump everything in here. Get those guys going. I'm gonna really quickly come over here. A lot of guys like to use the rocket balloons. I think I was saying this before. The balloons can be really good in like steering your army a certain way, or I'm sorry, your RC a certain way. And so I can understand that. I can get behind that. I just don't typically use the rocket balloons. I did not do a good job of. Oh, there we go. I did not do a good job that time of positioning my RC the uh, in the healing spell. So this one's gone a little bit sideways, and that was I didn't mean to dump that in there just yet. So I used that totem way too early. There was nothing that I was really protecting um, from the monolith because I didn't have any troops over there. So that was kind of a waste. And that monolith is just hammering away. There we go. Finally going to get it down. So I got all the important stuff down. This multi-inferno and this the multi-archer tower is a little bit scary, but I don't think we're going to have any problems. I think we clean this up. I still got my king. I still got the giant. So I lost my big damage dealers and my queen and my RC. That can be really dangerous in an attack like this. But you can see it's just such a strong attack. It doesn't really matter, even though I made several mistakes. So typically what happens is as the night goes on, I get worse because I get tired. So you'll see me start to make more and more mistakes. Let's get bam filled up there. All right. Whoops, what am I doing? All right, next base. So at most I'm going to do like these last 6 attacks. So let's see how they go. This looks like up mostly Town Hall 15. You can see it's got the monolith in the middle. I would love to get a scatter shot, but I don't think that's a good place to dive. And I really don't, in an attack like this, I really don't want to dive on the Town Hall. So I could come up here and make sure I get this Inferno, which that's probably what we'll do. It's still not the best choice, but we can make it work. Oh, good grief. So those spring traps really just cost me time. And oh my gosh, I'm not timing these very well. So I'm taking a lot of damage on my RC. This is what I mean. As time goes on, I get a little bit tired. My reflexes are slow to begin with. Ooh, that was not good. All right, we're going to recall. Get her out of there because I'm making a mess of things. All right, mental reset. Mental reset. Slow yourself down. Everything is going to be fine. It's fine. All right, in a case like this, I got like a terrible funnel. So my overgrowth isn't the best. It's not going to be the best just kind of by definition. I really delayed the release of my RC because I want her to survive. Um, we're gonna pop her ability here, and oh, not what I meant to do. I didn't mean to drop that headhunter, but we'll see how that shakes out. I'm gonna drop another totem spell there. Now this is one of the reasons why, and I think this is what Bam's talking about, is it's better to have Snake Bracelet, but if I can quickly clean out a corner like that, then I can kind of keep my army a little more together. And I think that's more important for this attack is keeping your army together. You can see I've got like this big scatter of an army now, which then in this case I've gotten fortunate because my healers have peeled off to follow the RC. So I am going to 3-star anyway. But I usually use those Quake Boots and that Spiky Ball to try to help direct traffic. So that RC dive was really subpar, extremely subpar. Also ran into several traps, which I should have probably guessed that that area was trapped. And as a result, I didn't get a lot of damage, but you can see, again, we're so powerful, it doesn't much matter. Oh, I think Bam's got himself covered there. Um, so you can see that I'm doing this as a Town Hall 15, and those are, and my like heroes are pretty low. If you look, I think my RC is maxed for the level, but other than that, they're very, very low. And this is still easy 3-stars. Um, this is a pretty rushed base here. Where's the other scatter? The others, oh gosh, that's like Town Hall 14 levels. We are going to dive over here. Let's do it. Yeah, that's where I wanted her. And then we should work up. I think she's not going to go the way I want her to. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to get onto that big scatter shot. Also this Inferno. This is one I like. Just a second too long. I also got the Minion Prince, which is always a bonus. Again, it helps that this base is a little bit rushed. Okay. Then let's start our charge over, or I'm sorry, our main army over here. And we'll jump them right in on that poison spell. So not necessarily advised to put all your troops right down in poison, but hopefully the healers will heal them all up. We are going to heal our overgrowth right there. Oh, that didn't get that monolith. I don't like that. So did I lose everything to the... Oh no, there's everybody. I thought I lost everything to the poison for a minute. Oh, that's the problem. Good grief. I never even put in my... Oh gosh. I never even... I didn't even put in my warden. And so now we are in a little bit of a bind. So we're going to compensate with that by putting these guys down right here. We're going to have to heal everybody up. Okay, so a little bit of a mess. Mistakes were made. We don't talk about that. We're still going to triple. We're still going to triple. Yeah, it's still a triple. Luckily, this was a rushed base, but I would venture to say that even if it wasn't all that rushed, we probably still triple. Let's see, we get everything in the corners. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Making my heart beat a little bit faster there. Not my best attack. This, I will tell you, we have a couple of guys in our clan. I can occasionally pull this off in the Town Hall 17, but well, let me think. I'm going to say that I'm able to successfully triple Town Hall 17s in war 70, 60% of the time on this account. But I will tell you, we have other guys who run this, and they have an even higher hit rate. They're not scared of Town Hall 17s at all. I don't think they're at 100%, but they're pretty close. They're and they hit Town Hall 16s just like they do 15s. One of the unique things that I think is one of the things to watch out for on this attack is when you knock down the Town Hall, there's the implosion and then the poison. Um, at Town Hall 17, there isn't that. So if you can overgrowth the Town Hall and then your army is right there when it comes off overgrowth, it may get like one Inferno shot on you guys, on your army, but then you could take it down real quick and there's no poison after that. So in some ways, taking on a 17 is not as difficult as taking on a 16 in some ways. All right, this looks like it is an in progress 16, a lot of 15 defenses. I don't see anything lower than that though, so pretty good base. It looks like this little corner here with that invis, we're gonna hopefully get that with the queen's arrow. Here's the other scatter shot. So the only thing that I like for a dive is taking out a corner. I'm not gonna get any like high value targets, and that's okay. I'm taking a bunch of unnecessary damage there. Taking a tiny bit of unnecessary damage there. Oh, I'm going to take a lot. What am I doing? Oh, what just, where she must have gone after some of the CC troops. Okay, this is not the ideal scenario. I don't even see where she is now. Did I get her? Okay, I did. I lost her in all that rubble. Um, but let's make sure we got that invis spell is going to go off. That's good. And then we can drop our main army here. Because I took so much damage on my RC, I'm going to delay putting her in to amidst all this. I'm going to freeze up that stuff right there. All right, get a heal down, and now I'll put her in. I'm going to put my little side army over here. So I'm oh gosh, I'm not even paying attention. I'm going to go ahead and pop the RC's ability, mainly because she's getting too far ahead. A little pro tip, I'm going to put this totem over here so that turns around that scatter shot. Here comes the RC to save the day. We're going to go ahead and hit that king's ability. And then we can put these things down here. All right, so you can tell the quality of my attacks. They're decreasing rapidly as the night goes on because I get tired and I get careless. So I got to refocus. Got to refocus. Focus. All right, boom. I didn't even have to use my headhunters. I probably should have at some point, but I wasn't paying attention. All right. Um, all right, this is just a straight up nice, solid Town Hall 15. Looks like it's mostly max, I would guess. I'm gonna dive this corner to try to get to that scatter shot. Might have to really be mindful of my invis spells here. Oh dear. Okay. Perfect. Right on the scatter shot like I want. And then hopefully we'll move on to The Inferno Tower. I should. Oh, that's not a good invis. All right, we got a recall. That was bad. I didn't mean to drop that there. I wanted to get that spell tower. I didn't get it. That's a problem, but nothing to be worried about. Let's go ahead and let my Valks go in here so they can play catch up to the rest of the army. Warden. We're going to drop. There we go. I like that because I did get the monolith. I don't like that my RC is charging way out in front. She's one fast sucker. Let's see here. This might have to pop my... trying to hold on to my warden ability, but everything is getting hammered. So let's just go ahead and pop that. And then again, this is one of the things with having spiky ball and earthquake boots on my king. You can see my king is still on the outside. Yeah, this is, of all the bases that have given me trouble tonight, this one, which is just a Town Hall 15, has been one of the big ones. Again, I keep forgetting to use my headhunters. But it's still a triple. Still a triple. This attack is so strong. It really is. It covers up all my flaws as a Clash of Clans player. It makes everyone. I mean, I don't want to say it makes everyone think I'm great because, like, when people who know what they're doing watch me, they're like, "Oh, yeah, he's extremely mediocre," which is fair. Which is fair. All right, 2 more attacks. Oh, I'm gonna be in. I guess when you do all your attacks real quickly, I could be tied for first, right? Let's go. Let's go. All right, here's a Town Hall 16. Looks like a fairly proper Town Hall 16. Where do I want to dive? Well, cleaning out this corner would be the easiest. I feel like that's the least amount of value I get. However, I do think it would start my funnel off really properly and help me get to this monolith in proper timing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, even though I'm not like picking up any really good defenses. It's just kind of average defenses. And then there's no real telling where. Oh, did I cover up? Okay. We can. All right, so I am going to pick up. I pick up a couple things that aren't so bad. Oh, oh no. Not the best placement. Not the best placement of stuff. I'm going to be really sad if I get to this part of the night and then I don't go perfect. I'm going to drop my headhunters for once. Ooh. Finally remembering to do that. We're going to go. Oh, can I get? But I can't. I didn't get really what I wanted in that. But that's okay. We can distract the monolith. So here is another case where I really like these earthquake boots. We're going to do that early so the king can go in there and help and keep everyone nice and narrow and neat. We're going to use that over there. Am I frozen up? My king has come way inside. I didn't want that, if I'm being honest. Um, let's see. Am I out of reach over there? It's hard to say. All right, but there we go. So Town Hall 15 into a Town Hall 16. Didn't even run it all that well. Really got my RC beat up, and it's still a triple. Still a triple. Still a triple. If you struggle at Town Hall 15, use this army. I mean, you got to use it at least semi properly. I use it properly at least 30% of the time. Hey, Alex. Is that right? Alex? Hey, Bard. Welcome. Howdy do. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping in. What town hall level are you, Alex? And let's do our last attack of the night. Right? So this is the one that gets your prom date. Oh, no, wait, I did my math. Oh, Coley, what's going on, man? This is Coley. This is the one for you, man. This is the attack. When you get your root riders unlocked, this is the one. This is what you can do. Um, so I did my math wrong before. If I go perfect here, then I'll be in first place. I mean, I probably won't finish in first place because my defenses are pretty weak. This is a rushed base, but let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get to first base. Into first place. Oh, good grief. Get to first base. That was a Freudian slip if I ever heard one. All right. This base is a pain because of this little guy right there. I think I want to dive down here. I'm not going to dive into an invis tower because then I don't get what I want. So I think I'm going to dive in here. Let's do that. So and I'm going to do it a little bit backwards. Oh gosh, that is coming out further than I thought it would. Okay. There, now I'm on track. We're going to get this. I'm going to use my invises to progressively get my RC into the middle of all of these so the boots will damage everything. That was a little too far. We'll back that off so we can target like the Inferno Tower and stuff. One more invis. And I'm not going to get greedy. I'm going to pull her out. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to start my queen over here. Followed by the siege tower. Now I'm going to give my Valks a head start because I got a long way to travel to catch up with my main army. Get my main army just spamming them all right in there, followed by the warden. And then we are going to overgrowth. Oh, let's overgrowth all of this. Okay. Oh gosh. Let's pop that. That's not what I wanted. Oh, that's a multi. I don't know why I was worried about that. The invis goes off. Let's see what happens here. This is going to be interesting. In the meantime, I should probably be dropping this stuff. And my king. Let's heal everybody up. We got to stop this monolith. All right. Monolith goes down. Yeah, I don't. Let's drop my head hunters to try to take out. What's left of that? Is that the minion prince? And finishing up with a big fat triple. Really successful doing what we discussed. Coley, that is awesome. That is really, really cool. I'm glad that you're able to use some of the stuff we've been talking about. I'm telling you, if I can figure this game out enough that I can triple uh, all these Town Hall 15s, 16s, and some, they weren't all 15s and 16s. They might have all been Town Hall level 15, 16, but they weren't Town Hall 15 and 16 bases. But if I can do this in a night, you too can figure out how to triple. And so I'm really glad that you're finding some of that really useful. You keep practicing, you're going to get way better. Especially the RC dive stuff. Usually it's actually kind of rare that I can go 12 attacks in a row without just completely botching one of my RC dives and leaving her to dead. Um, but yeah, so there we go. So this now puts me in the top 10% of Town Hall 15s. I'm trying to catch Gamgee, which I think he said he started upgrading his Town Hall. So he'll move up to 16, and so then it won't be a competition. But last I heard, he was in like the top maybe 6%, something like that, 7%. I can't remember what he said, but that doesn't sit well with me. He and I are pretty competitive, only over stupid things though. It's pretty funny. You should see us play pickleball against each other. All right. So that is all of my Town Hall 15 attacks. Um, uh, hey, thank you so much for stopping in, Coley. Have a good time watching sitcoms. Old sitcoms are the best. Tell your friend I said hello. Um, is there anything else you guys want to see on the night? I might be able to do a couple more attacks. So I've got a Town Hall 14, got a Town Hall 13, 12, 10, and I could always go and do some on my Town Hall 17. No, you know what we're going to do first? Let's go. Gosh, I wish I could remember this Electro Dragon um, attack that I saw. Let's go piece it together. So here's what I know. There's this Electro Dragon attack, which if you know me at all, you know I despise Electro Dragons. Like, really don't like them. I don't think they, I think they used the Queen, the Warden. I know they used. I know they used the RC, and I think they used the King. I don't remember. But a couple of cool things. They used um, for their equipment, they use. Oh, I don't have Lava Puppet on this account. Mm. And I think they used. Excuse me. I think they used Lava Puppet. Did they use Fireball? That is. I don't remember. I don't have Lava Puppet. That was kind of one of the ingenious things about this attack. I'm going to have to go look it up. But they did like a really, really deep RC dive. Then they ran their queen for a good bit on the outside. And then they ran the warden to set up a funnel. So the queen and the warden would set up a funnel. And they had a revive spell for the RC. And then the warden would kind of quickly pop his lava puppets, and they would take out the remaining air defenses, and then he would just like electro dragons to clean up. It was pretty impressive. He ran it several times against us in a war that we did win the war, but his was my favorite attack to watch. And it was just against other Town Hall 15s, but it was a really good attack. I'm going to do some research and see if I can find this guy and find his attack because it was pretty cool, and maybe I'll do it on another stream. But in the meantime, I've gone perfect. I hope that you found watching this attack helpful. If so, send me a note, drop me a subscribe, or I don't know, whatever you do, and I will do something similar again next week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Peace out.